Not so long ago, there was a kingdom by the sea called Atlantica. There lived a strong young prince named Luke, who was the son of Queen Stephanie and King Bartholomew. Luke was a bold prince who was once called upon by the people of the beach village near Atlantica to rid them of the awful menace, Gilberto the Gecko. Oftentimes, during the night, Gilberto's haunting cry would drift through the windows of the villagers. "Gecko! Gecko!" rang Gilbert's call, taunting the people and stealing their sleep. The villagers would wake the next day and be weary from being startled awake during the night, but they often didn't remember being disturbed. They only knew that they were tired. Very tired. They all wondered why they couldn't get a restful night's sleep and were unable to come up with the answer. It was a mystery that plagued the villagers so much that they sent a messenger to the castle in Atlantica. The messenger sought an audience with King Bartholomew and Queen Stephanie, telling them that it was a matter of grave importance. The king and queen were very busy having to look after and provide food and protection for the people of their own kingdom, but they agreed to see the messenger anyway. "We can give you 10 minutes of our time," said the king. "Oh dear," cried the messenger, 10 minutes is not a very long time, and my mission is of the gravest importance to the people of the village. I have to choose my words very carefully, so I don't waste any of the time that you so graciously have allowed me. After all, if I am to return to the village and have not discovered an answer to the mystery that plagues us and steals our sleep in the night, then—" "Stop," commanded King Bartholomew. "You have already wasted 2 minutes of your time. Now tell us, messenger, what is your quest?" "My quest? I can't seem to remember. I had it a minute ago. Let me see." "Quickly, my dear," said Queen Stephanie. "Settle yourself, take a deep breath, and tell us why you have come to see us." The messenger took a deep breath and settled back in his chair. He closed his eyes, and in a matter of seconds he was fast asleep. "Ahem," said the king in a gravelly voice. "Forgive us for awakening you, kind messenger, but you have fallen asleep in our sitting room." The messenger suddenly opened his eyes and sat up in his chair. He then quickly said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. I didn't mean to fall asleep, but I'm frightfully tired." Then the messenger scratched his head and suddenly remembered. "Yes, tired," he said excitedly. "That's it. That's the reason I have come to see you." "You've come to see us because you are tired," repeated the king in a voice full of annoyance. "Why don't you just get some sleep?" "That's precisely the point, Your Majesty. I can't sleep at all in the village." "So you are proposing to sleep here?" asked Queen Stephanie. "No, Your Majesty, that wouldn't do at all. You see, it's not just me. The whole village is unable to sleep through the night, and we have no idea why." "That sounds very strange," said the king. "A regular mystery," said the queen. "It certainly bears looking into," said the king. "Then perhaps we should," said Queen Stephanie, "and I know the perfect candidates to tackle this mystery of yours." She paused and looked at her husband, the king, with a slight smile on her face. Then both at once, the king and queen said, "Luke and Sadie." Then the king sent one of his servants to find Prince Luke and Princess Sadie and bring them back to the sitting room to meet with the messenger from the village. The servant found them at the fishing hole, where they were just pulling in the last of their catch to provide the night's supper for the castle. Luke and Sadie were very good fishermen, but they were even better at something else. They were master detectives, known throughout the kingdom for the many mysteries that they had successfully solved. The servant excitedly told them, "I have come with news of a mystery." "Indeed," said Prince Luke. "Yes, a fresh mystery has just been introduced to the castle by a messenger from the beach village." "Splendid," said Princess Sadie. "Perhaps we should bring our fishing poles with us, Luke." "There may not be time for that, Your Highness. I was told that it is a very large mystery and a matter of grave importance. The messenger said that it involves the entire village." "Well then," said the prince, "perhaps we shall only bring one pole." Princess Sadie laughed at the prince's remark and was proud that they could project an air of such confidence. The remarkable truth was that they were never stumped in the past. They had always solved any mystery that happened to come their way. "Lead on, sir," said the princess. "Our mystery awaits." The servant led Prince Luke and Princess Sadie back to the sitting room where the king and queen were having tea with the messenger from the village. When Luke entered the room, he said to his parents, "Fear not, your sleuths have arrived." "Do you really think that you can help us, kind prince and princess?" "Without a doubt," said Princess Sadie. "We shall have your mystery solved in 2 shakes of a cat's tail." "You're not going to bring that thing along again, are you, sister?" asked the prince with a sour note in his voice. "I certainly am," said the princess. "Where I go, midnight goes." Almost as if on cue, like the cat was answering to her name, she entered the sitting room and climbed up on Princess Sadie's lap and began to purr. "Father," said the prince, "that little flea bag was trying to steal our fish all day." "Well, then she'll have plenty to eat in the beach village." "The village?" asked Princess Sadie. "Yes, dear," said the queen. "The village has asked for our help with a mystery." "Outstanding," said Prince Luke excitedly. "I can't wait to get started." "You'll need your sleeping bags, children," said the queen, "and perhaps some blankets as well in case it gets cold in the village." "I won't need any blankets," said Luke, "because I don't intend to sleep at all." "Well, the Sandman might have other ideas, son," said the king. "You may find yourself falling asleep anyway. I think it's best to take a blanket along." "Father's right, Luke," said Princess Sadie. "After all, you don't want the minstrels writing any rhymes like, 'Luke the Bold caught a cold.'" They all got a good laugh out of Princess Sadie's remark. Then, shortly after Luke and Sadie gathered together their sleeping bags and blankets, the messenger led them down to the beach village. Midnight the cat followed a short distance behind them. "You have a very lovely cat, Princess Sadie," said the messenger. "Why, thank you very much, Mr. What's your name?" she asked him. "I'm called Wig," said the messenger. Well then, thank you, Mr. Wig, said the princess. Oh, it's not Mr. Wig, said the messenger, just Wig. Okay then, Wig, I'm glad you like midnight. She's a fish stealer, said Luke. Oh, stop complaining, Luke. There's plenty of fish for all of us. I'm afraid we're up against a thief of another kind, said Wig. What do you mean? Asked Luke. Is that your mystery? I'm afraid so, said Wig. Someone is stealing our sleep. That's odd, said Sadie. How can someone steal your sleep? I don't know, but the whole village will be very grateful if you can find out. We'll do our best, said Luke. Don't worry, Wig. We've never been stumped yet. The three travelers and Midnight the cat arrived at the beach village just in time for the night's meal. The fishermen brought fresh redfish from the river, and even a few snook from the ocean. They also had clams and oysters and shrimp steamed in large pots. All of the food was very delicious, and the villagers soon became very full. As soon as the first person yawned, the whole village began to do the same. Soon everyone was yawning and rubbing their tired eyes, saying that perhaps it's time to get some sleep. The village elder told Wig to find a suitable spot for the prince and princess to put their sleeping bags. So Wig scratched his head and began to think about where to lead the prince and princess to spend the night. Finally, he asked them, "Where would you like to spend the night?" "We'd like to sleep under the stars," said Luke. "You mean you'd like to sleep under the stars, brother," said Princess Sadie. "I like a little more protection from the creepy critters in the night." "Oh, come on, Sadie. It's a beautiful night, and there's nothing to be afraid of here in the village." "Don't be so sure, Luke the Bold. There happens to be a thief skulking about here somewhere that steals their sleep, remember?" "There's no thief," said Luke. "That's just an expression. The villagers are just waking up during the night and they don't know why." "So why don't we sleep in the middle of the village?" suggested Sadie. "You will have your stars to look at, and perhaps we can solve the mystery at the same time." "I think that's a great idea," said Wig. "My house is near the center of the village, and you can call on me if there's anything that you need." "Sounds good to me," said Luke.